Look, I know this subject is controversial, and no, I want to learn from you. So please don't hesitate to disagree or challenge what I'm sharing. But in the controversy, I think we might miss the heart of the issue. If you're reading through the Bible with me, we arrived in 1 Corinthians 11, and the subject of the head covering comes up. But before you put up any defenses, no, this isn't merely about heads and coverings. This is about Christ. Let me explain. Some claim it's a cultural issue, but I think that's an attempt to rob Scripture of a breathtaking picture of Jesus and a glorious pattern. And here it is. Glory demands veiling. In 1 Corinthians 11, Paul writes that man is the image and glory of God, but woman is the glory of man. The head covering isn't a sign of suppression, but of sacredness, and it visually declares, my glory will not compete with his. This echoes Old Testament temple imagery. The veil didn't merely conceal God's presence, but consecrated it. It proclaimed this glory is not for casual display. Likewise, Christ's body is called the veil. He wrapped divine glory in flesh, not to diminish himself, but to glorify the Father. Of course, at Christ's death, the veil was torn. Astonishingly, woman mirrors this. In willingly veiling or covering herself, she reflects Christ, who submitted to the Father, for the head of Christ is God. Certainly not from inferiority, but from love. This posture pictures Jesus, veiled glory, surrendered will, sacred strength. It's the opposite of Lucifer, who was called, get this, the covering cherub, who refused to stay veiled. Ezekiel notes, your heart was proud because of your beauty. Lucifer chose self-display over sacred humility and fell. So is it any wonder that Paul adds, that is why a wife ought to have a symbol of authority on her head? Because of the angels? The covering isn't a muzzle, it's a message. In a world obsessed with visibility, Scripture calls us to a holy invisibility, because only one glory must be seen, and it's not ours. I understand there are many interpretations, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Please share. But let's not lose the bigger picture. It's about humbly reflecting the one who covered himself in flesh to reveal the glory of God to us.